Them? Might as well call it you people. Am I right? Them. So Them is the latest original show available on Amazon Prime. It takes place in the 50s and it's about this beautiful black couple moving into this Caucasus neighborhood called Compton. And the story itself takes place in the time span of about 10 days and it shows what they go through the entire time, with each day incrementally getting worse than the last. And there were times that I really liked this show. They do a very good job at making situations very tense and suspenseful, and that's what really kept me watching more than anything. If you've heard the chatter that this show is racist, definitely believe the hype because it's racist as the way that they set everything up, there's two storylines that's really going on the entire time. The first storyline is the family going through the trauma of having to deal with loss. And the second is them moving to this new neighborhood, sight unseen, and trying to adjust to the new location. When it came to the racism, I wouldn't say they do it in your face right away. The very first episode, they hit you with it, but they kind of toe that line and do it in a way that it's push and pull. But as the show progresses, they just get heavier and heavier. With movies like The Help and 40 Years a Slave and even Harriet, when it came to those types of films, I never really watched it because I don't really like that type of stuff. And I would say in comparison to those type of projects, this one's definitely up there with them. And I hadn't been this tricked since watching Antebellum, which ironically was on Amazon Prime as well. The cons of not watching trailers, I guess. It really does suck that they picked the 50s to tell this story because I feel like without the racist angle, this is really a good story and a good show as a whole. But the racist shit just overshadows everything. When they weren't focused on coming up with different ways to hang people, I really got vibes like Midsummer and The Conjuring at times. And that was really interesting. By episode 4, it really gets to the point that it's ridiculous how much racist shit they do, and it really made me want to cut it off. But I felt obliged to go through this, so you don't have to. What really makes it the most frustrating is that it took the family so long to fight back. Majority of the episodes, they're just taking it and trying not to make a fuss. And I feel like nowadays, if you do some stuff like that, you really get thumped in the nose. And to look at situations like that, it kind of makes you feel a little powerless, the way that you can't really do nothing because it's in a show and they're not really doing nothing to fight back either. Aside from the divisive plot, I thought the acting in this show was very good. I thought Allison Pill was a good choice. She's one of the main racist antagonists and one of the main reasons things go south in the neighborhood. And I really thought she was good at what she did. It's really easy to play a racist person, but the way that she does it is a little more conniving and influential to everyone else. She has this mentality about her that everything around her seems to be falling apart, but she has this look in her eye that she's really trying to hold it together and she's hanging on by a thread. And as the show goes on, we really get to see some depth to her character and kind of see where her trauma is coming from as well. But to be honest, I don't care about that shit. She racist. And if you end up watching this show, I think you'll be satisfied at the way that her character ends. I also liked Melody Hurd. She plays the youngest daughter and man, she's very good. To be so young, she had so many different ranges of her acting capability. She scared me at times, she made me laugh, and overall, she's just so adorable. And I think she's someone to look out for in the future because she's very natural with her acting capability. Shahada Joseph plays her older sister, and I felt like she was kind of overshadowed in this show. And also coming off a project like Us into something like this, it kind of felt a little repetitive, so I don't think we really got to see her full capability as an actress. but she was cool when she was on screen. Bashi plays the dad. He's cool. I feel like with his character, he started blooming a little too late in the show for me. Once he starts going, it's like, where you been at, bruh? It's racist shit all around us. But for me, my top favorite actress besides the daughter was Deborah Ayorinde. I think that's how you pronounce it. She plays the mom, and man, she's just as good as the daughter. Her character goes through so many different things. And I feel like this is one of those roles, kind of like the Joker, once you're done with it, it just kind of stays with you for a little while. The stuff that she goes through is traumatic for me, so I can only imagine what she was going through trying to act that out in person. And I really do want to see, just like her daughter, her do more roles in the future because she's definitely pretty good. I really like the concept that each family member had their own devil on their shoulder, kind of convincing them to do things they wouldn't normally do. And I feel like if they would have centered the show around that or not make it in the 50s, it would have been a lot better and there would have been a lot more upside to go in the future with like more seasons and stuff like that. I definitely get cues from movies like Us and Get Out, but I'm really glad that Jordan Peele's name wasn't directly attached to this show. But all in all, this show's just too racist. I was kind of going back and forth, really trying to decide whether to suggest this show. But at the end of the day, I really couldn't because the racism is just over the top. It's like they were inspired by Saw and were just coming up with different ways to call people certain words and kill them in certain different ways. If you're into movies like 12 Years a Slave, or if you think Hitler was kind of a cool dude, then I think you'll really enjoy this show in all its entirety. I'd say Them is a terrible waste of time, money, and good spirits. Shame on you. Shame on all of you. Have you seen Them? Did you think it was really that racist? Let me know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and attack the comment section. Goodbye.